Hey guys, so I'm out at the same spot. In the background there, centre frame, is that tree that we're going to be going around. Sorry, it was a little bit shaky, holding it in one hand. And I'm back onto this line, which in actual fact I was stood a little bit further down there before, and I took off from this line. So what we're going to do is I've got Pagoda 2s, I've got the Pagoda 1s, I've swapped one of the 1s into a stubby, I've swapped one of the 2s into a stubby for the back of the craft in order to help prevent wind drag and catching on branches if I go in between trees, etc. I've also got another receiver in the kit today, and that receiver is one of these. I'm sure you've seen one of these before. 150 channel Eachine. Can't remember the exact model number of it. Something or another. But I'll stick it up on the screen anyway. You'll see it now. And I'm going to connect this up to my other phone. You don't need to watch me undoing that. I'm going to connect it up to my other phone, and I'm going to use the antenna, which is just a dipole standard rubber ducky on that, and we're going to see what that picks up like. I've only got 9 gigs on my other phone. This phone that I've got in my hands I'm going to be using to listen to my music. And the other day when I was out here, I actually flew through there. I took a recce first, I went high, had a little look around, there was no one around, so I started flying through there, that gap in the trees, in the hedge, and I was coming around the back of there and coming through that gap there. But I was losing most signal, so I had to go up a little higher. I'm not going to lie, I did crash once. I hit the branches of that tree and ended up down in the ditch. I'll throw that sort of 30 seconds of that on the video so you can see that. But when I was using the Pagoda 2s and I was getting to, just before I go into around the back of that tree at the back there, I was losing too much signal. I didn't actually have enough courage to go through the back of the tree. So today I brought out a camera and a chest harness, and I'm going to position that, set that up, and hopefully with the sun the way it is right above me at the minute, hopefully you're going to be able to see yourself how much signal this loses. I've only got 4 batteries. I was told that it was going to be really rubbish weather all day, and so I didn't charge anything up, so I've just charged those batteries this morning, 4 of them, to get out here now before the weather breaks again and it's not really usable. So let's get on with this. I probably should add actually that also today, that's just to keep things in there. I don't want to have too much weight on these props. That's why I carry my props in a plastic container, so they can't get bent up. Now these are brand new from Pagoda. These are the Bugs 3s. 4 brand new props in there. We're going to give them a go. These have not been unsealed yet. They're still sealed there, as you can see. We're going to give them a go, because the other ones I've already used. The other ones I've been belting around a little bit. These are, again, these are unused. They're in this wrapper because I took them out of the wrapper, but they're not used. The other ones are used, and they've got some little niggly bits off them, you know, when I crashed a couple of times. And these are some other ones that came in yesterday. I can't remember who they're from. I'll tell you what, they don't have a brand name. You get 8 of them for £2 and I think it's 4 pence, or £2 5 pence. I'll put the link in the description from eBay, and you can see that, and we'll see what they're like. A lot more flex in these than those, but we're going to chuck them on. We're going to see them live. They're going to be the first ones I put on, actually. No, they're not. No, they're not. I'm going to go with the Bugs 3, tried and tested. I'm going to put those on, just get my feel back again, and that. But I will run to start off with 2 Pagoda 1s, okay, and then it will be the Pagoda 2s, and then we're going to do a Pagoda, each Pagoda with a panel, and you're going to get to see those with the different sets of props each time. So we're going to go first with that, and with a little stubby. That's a Pagoda 2, so the other one's the Pagoda 1. There it is. And I've cut them down so they're a lot smaller on the craft. Okay, so this is how we're set up. Got the Bugs 3 on, Got the this is the left-hand polarized Pagoda one, or just the Pagoda. This is the and this is already set up to this. I've got 2 bits of software in this. Unfortunately, I didn't put it on the front screen, which I probably really should have done. Oh, okay, so you can see it there. Let me just turn up the brightness. So we got this one that you probably have seen before, where it splits it on 2 cameras, but you get adverts. If you don't run the data on your phone, you won't get the adverts. And then there's this other one, which is like a Chinese version, but you've always got this menu on the side, which I'm not actually going to be looking into it, to be honest with you. I'm just going to be using the record facility. You can record, you can take photos, and you've got settings for PAL and NTSC and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we're going to get going with. I'm going to connect that into that and boot this up, and we'll get going. Okay, so I've got this going. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear me, so I'll have to just speak a little bit louder. So I've got the control on the go, and that's the sort of view you're going to get. If I'm stood up and I'm looking at this, hopefully you're going to get to see what I can see. The screen's really tiny on this, but hopefully I set it up good enough last night. So let's plug this in. Probably not on the greatest level surface, but we'll just make do with what we got. So, okay, so that's got a record on the go. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to position that there. I know that's probably not the greatest of places to put it, but and I don't really want it polarized like that. I want it like that. I think, no I don't. I want it up, because if you imagine on there, there's a Terry's chocolate orange, and all the segments are pointing out like this. That's the polarization, and the same for this. Okay, let's give it a go. Did I do record? Yep, I'm just checking it's recording. We've got 5 satellites, but I'm going to start without any satellites. Got a little bit of wind going. Oh, it wants me to calibrate the compass. Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it? Forgot all about that. I wonder if it'll like all this electronics on the go, but yeah, to be honest, I don't ever take my keys out of my pockets. I don't ever get rid of the phone from me. I don't do any of the things, but I don't stick it in a magnetic field. I'm just going to turn the brightness down on here so we just preserve as much of the battery on that phone as we can. Right, well, we got enough to start off with now, so let's get it up in the air. It'll fly around just to check everything's okay. Altitude hold, as you can see. Let me just see what it's like for a bit of drift. A little bit, but never mind. I did the camera angle again last night, so I'm just having a look at that. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Let's go for a little wander around. Just to get my bearings, get a bit of a feeling for it. I can't actually see what you can see, but hopefully you should be able to see. Is that someone down there? Yeah, no, never mind. So I'm just going to let it just drift a little bit. Okay, control again. So where are we at? 10 metres, so it's sort of 30 feet, 11 metres, 35 foot, somewhere like that. Now, we're on a bit of a weird angle, so if I can just change that out of that. You'll see my thumbs shaking about, because that's what tends to happen with my thumbs, which is why I find manual mode pretty difficult. So I'm just going to go into it rather gently, but I'm not going to be too. So do you know, it doesn't really seem to be much different, the Pagoda 2 to the Pagoda 1. And I was using the Pagoda 1 with a panel antenna, so the panel antenna, you know, was doing a pretty good job. I'm going to go in the other way around now. Let's go in the other way around. Just drop it down a little bit. There, you see, not so clever there, but okay, 7.6 on the battery. So let's just turn it round, have a little look about. There you go, I see some people there. I'm just gonna take it up a little bit higher, just have a little look at Jello, but look at that angle. So if I just shift that, I don't know if that's because my camera is still slightly out, but you can see on the scale here, I was just letting it drift then. Yep, you'll always get people that just, I suppose, you know, this is all public ground. Anybody can do pretty much what they like here. In this country we do a lot of stuff with use your common sense. Try not to upset people, and so it's good when you're going around areas like that, just to keep in your mind and use from memory the landscape. Because there might be times where you lose your signal altogether and you don't want to just freeze up or be completely worried about that. And this is with the Bugs 3 on, remember? I hope you can see the signal. I hope you can see what's on the and that I've got it positioned good enough, because to be honest with you, these screens aren't the greatest in, yeah, the lighting does make a difference on how you're going to see this. Bit lower this time. So that's not too bad. So I'm going to swap over now. I'm going to put the Pagoda 2s on, okay? I'm going to bring it in, Pagoda 2s on, and we'll take a little look at that. Okay, so we got both Pagoda 2s on now. Pagoda 2 here, Pagoda 2 down there. And we're recording on the other device, the other recorder. So let's get going. Feels like the wind's picking up, because I've got a funny feeling it's going to start throwing it down very soon. So we can do, got 7.6 on the battery. Let's get up there and get out. Straight out this time. I seem to have lost a bit of pitch forward. That does do me in sometimes. I'm just having a little glance down there at the receiver on the floor. I don't expect it to do that brilliantly on the floor, but it'll just give a bit of an idea of what it can do in this particular situation. Now let me just okay, right, I'm going to say there's an improvement with the Pagoda 2 because I didn't lose a signal. Well, do you know, I'm going to say what I say, think what I think. You guys, let's go around again, that same way. Oh, let me just bring that in a bit better. It gets a bit weird there where you think to yourself, well, maybe there's going to be a bit of an issue there, but just going to bring it down low because I don't like the wind. Okay, well, I saw some people going in the back of there, so I'm not going to go back round there again just for a second. Okay, so we're back in. Just turn them blades off. Boom, 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 boom. Make sure that's stopped. Turn that off. Oh, and here comes the rain.